I'm from the Igbo tribe of Nigeria, yeah. But I prefer to identify myself as an Igbo person first before a Nigerian. You know, we have different type of, we have the mainland and the island. So I grew up from the mainland part of Lagos. And yeah, it's weird. Fun also, you know, crazy and a mix of everything you could think about. It was fun growing up in Lagos, actually. My best memory used to be when we used to go to camp. You know, those are like kid stuff, you know, growing up with my friends also around the area, you know, growing up in a big community, you know, where everybody could take care of everybody's child, you know, and yeah, you could get through by anybody, you know. This is a big memory for me when I remember. I wasn't really into material stuffs, yeah. I'm more into the memories. More bad experience than good experiences, yeah. But I think good experience, the bad experiences shapes me, yeah. It shaped me and made me the person I am today. I used to call them bad experiences because sometimes you might come across a lot of stuff that is unimaginable, you know. Poverty, like what we call poverty, for example, yeah. And the disciplines also, you know, the way our parents discipline us, like the scrolling and the beating and, you know, the programmation, yeah. And, you know, you just have to be the best of yourself, even if you've eaten or not. Yeah, if you have something in your belly or not, yeah. This is me growing up, yeah. It's just like that. And a lot of parents just want their kids to go to school, have their education, yeah. Want you to be like educated, I would say, yeah, Western education. And you have to do this. It's necessary also. And like I said, my background shapes me a lot. My parents, and they were so religious, yeah, religious people. And you can't be a bad guy where I came from. Like, you can't be that type of, you could be stubborn, yeah, but if you're joining a gang, you're doing it on your own risk, yeah. Because my father, first place, wouldn't come out to come and maybe show up for you. Yeah, I'm coming from a very disciplined background. Yeah, so my background shapes me a lot and makes me to, and I think I'm quite also smart, kind of. Yeah, I know what's good for me at an early age. Yeah, so I never wanted to get involved in stores like that. I mean, a lot of pictures to understand the situations of, you know, growing up where I came from. Yeah, it's not something to be proud about. Yeah, like I told you, like for example, I had a situation where I was coming back from somewhere. Yeah, this guy got shot. Yeah, and it's one of those gang members. Yeah, he was one of those gang members before he got shot. So me getting to this scene, I never knew he was the one, yeah. But then we got stopped by the police, and they just flashed the light on top of this guy. Like, do you guys know this guy? Even though I knew him, yeah, I had to just say I don't know him, just to protect my own self, because you might get shot immediately if you say you know him, yeah. They don't even want to know if you're coming back from work or whatever. As far as you know the person, man, you're in. So these are stuff that you don't learn from school. You just learn it basically because you're born in a place like that, yeah. Because you see stuff, yeah. And those are stuff you can't escape. I myself, growing up, I knew I wasn't supposed to be in the environment, yeah, because I think I was unfortunate to be there. Like, I was unfortunate, let me say. That was my thinking then, yeah. But then I knew there was a better place, yeah. I knew that was a better, no, let me not use the word maybe better place I used to think then, yeah. But yeah, I think there was a better place for me. I think I should be in a different place and not here, yeah. Even though I know that was my home, yeah. But I felt like, no, I couldn't cope. I felt like there's a better environment for me to develop from myself. And those opportunities, you don't get it in the environment where I was born. The decision I made, a lot of kids make also the same decision like that. Yeah, I wouldn't say it was a big decision or it was a big move, because I think there are a lot of people who also make the same move. It just depends on mindset and when you start your movement. Yeah, but I myself, personally, I just knew I wasn't supposed to be there. So I just started my journey. You know, like I said, I used to have a lot of dreams, yeah. And I think one of those dreams is to travel around the world. And one of those dreams is to be in Europe, of course. One of those dreams is to work somewhere else. I've always I think I was born a nomad. Yeah, I think that was what I was born to do. I felt like that, yeah, when I was growing up. But yes, when I left home, I didn't leave for Europe direct. Yeah, because I traveled around Africa before I realized, okay, I have to go to Europe. And it was my best decision that I traveled. Yeah, that's my greatest achievement, I would say. Let me say the one that happens to me in Libya. Yeah, there was a day I was stopping a taxi. Yeah, and then this taxi guy, immediately I stopped him. It was tinted, and then he just whined out. The next thing he did was he just cocked his gun like this, and yeah, but he didn't shoot. The gun just I think there was no bullet in it. Yeah, but I was already dead. And then he started laughing. So it was a joke. I don't know. Maybe he wanted to shoot. Maybe I was lucky the thing didn't shoot, or maybe he knew there was no bullet in it. I don't know. I mean, in Libya, you can't just travel as a black guy unless you have some connections. Everybody moves the connection. So I myself, I was just traveling without the connection. So I took a normal taxi, yeah, public taxi, and I was traveling from one state to the other. There's this thing called Boaba. Boaba is called a checkpoint. So every vehicle that goes in, they check. So they check into my vehicle, and then they found me. I and my friend who were traveling as at then. We were 3 guys traveling. So then they took us, they brought us out of the vehicle, of course, and then the next thing, there was another vehicle, and this vehicle is transporting us immediately to the prison, yeah. And we were locked up there for like maybe 4 days. And then the 5th day, we were transferred to another prison. This was a big prison, yeah. And my experience there was so terrifying because I was so lucky. In the 4 days I spent in this prison, the first day where we were locked up, there was no food, no water. Right? You just eat whatever it is that you find around. And I did that also because I found the bread, broken bread or whatever. There was a canned drink or anything. You just survive, yeah. And then that was what we did actually. And then when we were transferred to another prison, getting there, it was a dinner meal. Yeah, they were having their dinner, whatever. So this food was served like, when you have a group of dog, and you just bring a big plate like this and put the food in the plate. And what was this food? Spaghetti, white spaghetti. And I said to the guy who were eating it, these guys were already half dead. Yeah, I was so terrified. They think if you're having a dreadlock, you're a mafia or stuff like that. So they quickly called me out. Luckily, we had a little money on us. So they put us in a starlet vehicle. This vehicle was so small that they put 5 of us in it. Yeah, in the booth and wherever. And then like maybe 7 of us. And then we were luckily driven out. They took our money anyway. So that was how we were able to, bail ourselves out. Yeah, it could have been, I think I would have lost another life there if I hadn't had the chance of, getting out. The prison condition, you can't just think about a human in such form of living, yeah. I can't explain it. Yeah? It's unexplainable, unimaginable, yeah. I never saw something like that because a human is standing and then the eyes is just inside, like a corpse, yeah. The eyes is so inside. I've gone all inside, yeah. Most of them don't have clothes on, and then you're seeing all the ribs, yeah, all the ribs, and most of them don't even have trousers, yeah. You're seeing like it's just bone there. I was so terrified that I felt like, man, this was. In my mind I said, okay, this was my last journey, yeah. But I just stood there for like not even up to 2 minutes. I observed this, and then this guy just came to me, one of the officers, yeah, and they said, hey, Rasta, come here. I went to him. He said he spoke in Arabic, yeah. Into a few flus. I said, yes, I have some money and a few flus. And then he said, okay, come, give flus. He said I should come. I should give him the money, and then I can go in Arabic, yeah. I understood Arabic then, I could speak, so we had a little conversation. And yeah, that was how I escaped.